Hi there, it's Robin Morton here, founder coach of the DBM Academy. I'm delighted to be talking today to Keith MacLean, one of our 3-month to Cashflow program graduates. Now, the 3-month to Cashflow program we set up specifically to help people make a positive cash flow. We were sick and tired of seeing people throwing good money after bad, week after week, month after month, sometimes year after year, into a financial black hole and not making any money. The 3-month to cash flow program is specifically about turning that around and helping people to get into positive cash flow. So I'm really, really pleased to introduce Keith today. He's a lovely guy. He's, he won't mind me saying, he's retired. He's, not a spring chicken. He wouldn't call himself, IT expert by any means. He's got 4 grown-up children, and he's come into this pretty fresh, and has had some great success. So we're very, very pleased to introduce Keith today. So good morning, Keith. Really nice to see you today.
Good morning, Robin. It's pleased as a Scot that you got the name MacLean right. Everybody calls me MacLean, so that's a good start.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Keith is a very keen rugby player. He's had a great rugby playing career. Obviously, we won't talk about the fact that Scotland beat England in the Six Nations rugby a couple of months ago, and we will wish England great success tomorrow. It's Ireland, isn't it? You're playing tomorrow.
It is, but I always support Scotland over England, and because as a youngster, my father being a devout Scot, coming from an island not far from you, Tiree, and he used to bring me up as a youngster to Murrayfield every year. So I was brought up cheering on for Scotland anyway.
I always knew there was something really special about you, Keith. So that's great. So tell us a bit about your introduction to the 3-month to cash flow program.
Right. I suppose I'll start from the start. 4 years ago, my wife died, and I was in a very bad state. I still am in a certain degree, but for 2 years I was in a very bad way. And then in the 3rd year, I thought I've got to do something with my life. Somebody introduced me to the Revolut card, and that's what got me interested in crypto, because I started playing with it a little bit, not having a clue what I was doing, but buying a bit of Bitcoin, buying a bit of XRP, buying a bit of this and that on Revolut. Anyway, I started getting very, very interested in it. And so probably about September, October time last year, I started going more onto video calls. Saw a couple of systems there which looked too good to be true, and guess what? They were. And I lost in 2 of them probably about £800 or £900. But I still had the belief that crypto was the way forward. So I then got myself into a couple of projects which actually DBM endorsed, but they were long-term projects. So which was great, but not really what I was wanting. I got 2 prospects. One, I want long-term money for my kids, but 2, I want to enjoy my life. I'm 72 coming up in April, so I've not got that much. Hopefully I've got another 15, 20 years, but I want to enjoy those 15, 20 years.
Absolutely.
And so I want the passive short-term income as well. And basically I was like a little kid lost in a forest. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Lucky enough, I found a lovely lady very close to me, 5 miles away from me, Tracy Nixon, who introduced me to DBM. So I came on to DBM, and I started getting to know the systems through the absolutely wonderful Zoom calls that you do. I mean, that's where I met you, first of all, and
That's right.
also Moira and Richard. And anyway, I thought then I need to sort of progress, because I'm still little boy lost. And so I joined the 3 months to Cashflow program. Right away, I met Amelia, and the other three of you. So the four of you were my coaches on this program. Instantly, I'd already known the three of you before, got on well with you. Amelia, I got on very well, lovely lady, and started putting my mindset right, making me realize where I wanted to be. Before I was, as I said, little boy lost. I've said that a couple of times, but that's basically where I was. And it's put my mindset right, and it's sort of increased my skill at looking at for things and looking at what to do. And basically, through the systems, it gave me direction of which way I wanted to go. We discussed it several times, and I mentioned a couple of things, and you all said, "Yeah, that's great long term, but you also want short term. Maybe you should be on this project." Without pushing it, you suggested it. You know, no advice as such, but instruction and education. And basically through that, I learned, and basically it did, as you said, went into those programs, learned more about the programs, felt happy with those programs, and started putting my money into those programs.
Yeah, so I mean, I get that. I mean, that's what happens in online business. Unfortunately, people talk about things that are happening way down the track as if it's going to be tomorrow, and it pulls people in. Marketing and hype pulls people in with false promises. I mean, we're not saying these projects won't deliver in the end, but it's you know, people need to feed their families and put food on the table and live their lives today and tomorrow, and that is one of the reasons that we set up this program. So yeah, you've had some great results over the period. I mean, what kind of return have you managed to generate through this, through what you've learned from the 3 months to Cashflow?
Well, basically, I say I'm an old age pensioner. I'm on very basic pension, so I haven't, as Moira likes to keep on saying, I joined this program on my bootstraps.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and I went there, and I didn't have a bean basically when I first sort of started it, except what was in the long-term projects. And through that, I was given a wealth asset sheet, which I found very good, and it's helped me. Now I know how to use it. And with the other projects in, my wealth has gone from $0 to $7,000 since last October.
Wow. I mean, that's fantastic. That's a really great result, Keith. And do you think now you've got the strategy and the skills and the mindset to keep going onwards and to build your asset wealth more in the future?
The mindset definitely got. Skills, I'm learning every day. I still go on to the workshops as often as I can, because I find every time I go on to workshop, even though I've been onto it several times, I learn one extra little bit each time, and I find that help. And the strategy, definitely. Yes, I mean, skill, strategy, direction, and learning the systems and education. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Well, you're a great example, Keith, and thank you very much for being a fantastic student. You were really great to work with, and I hope to keep working with you, in the DBM Academy. Yes, there are many free workshops that people can access within the DBM Academy, and you can take it, people can take it as far as they want to go. So I just want to finish by saying, thank you for being a great student, Keith, and all the best for the future.
Thanks, Robin.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.